You're watching Auto's Mount and we visit Greece. Welcome on Auto's Mount. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like our videos. In this new episode of Auto's Mount in Greece, we go back on the road. We discover first the tomb of the father of Alexander the Great, Philip II of Macedonia. After that, we go west to discover the sublime region of Meteora and its famous monasteries. Early in the morning, we set off from Thessaloniki in direction of the village of Aigai, a journey of about an hour. Our first stop is the burial place of Alexander the Great, father's Philip II of Macedonia. In ancient times, Aigai was the first capital of the Macedonian kingdom, before being supplanted by Pella. But if we're making a stopover at this site today, it's because of an exceptional discovery made there in 1977.
Okay, you can take pictures, but with no flash. Okay, and no selfies and.
Under this large tumulus, archaeologists unearthed a tomb that had remained untouched for over 2,000 years and was attributed to Alexander the Great's father, Philip II of Macedonia. Nevertheless, this is a must-see site in Greece, as other tombs have been discovered on this truly royal necropolis. Visitors also have access to the tumulus, which have been transformed into a real museum. But the highlight of the show is undoubtedly the tombs, whose facades have been buried for centuries. Their architecture and even their painted decoration, which can still be admired today, bear witness to the splendor of this dynasty that gave birth to the world's most adorned monarch, Alexander the Great. Many of the artifacts found on the site are on display, including gold crowns, a true masterpiece of the ancient goldsmith. If you're visiting Thessaloniki or northeastern Greece, this spectacular location is a must-see for you. We then continue our drive to what will be the highlight of the day, the Meteora region. From Aigai, it's a good 2.5 hours to Kalambaka, the region's emblematic village. And the scenery along the way is honestly breathtaking. Welcome to Meteora, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988. You have to know that Meteora is first and foremost a unique geological formation in northern Greece. But what makes the area so famous are the Orthodox monasteries that adorn these veritable rocky peaks, as if suspended from the sky. We decided to visit only the most important monastery, starting with the Grand Meteora. Situated at an altitude of 534 meters, it can be reached via staircases carved into the rock. The Grand Meteora, or the Monastery of the Transfiguration, offers a spectacular view of the region, as well as of the neighboring monastery or Varlaham. It is said that the first chapel was built here by Saint Athanasius of Meteora, but the present monastery was founded in 1836. It preserved many frescoes from the 15th and 16th centuries. The complex is very well preserved, and you can visit almost all the buildings except the part reserved to the monks who still live there. Despite the crowd of tourists, you will enjoy your visit. But a word of advice: try to find out the opening hours before you go. And above all, there is a dress code. So be sure to follow the rules, because you will be forced to turn back if you're not dressed appropriately. Our second stop is the Monastery of Rusanu, also known as the Monastery of St. Barbara. One of the 6 main monasteries of the Meteora, the true origins of its name and the actual history of its construction are unknown, although some date it to 1388.
Alors Vincent, on est où ici?
On est au Météore.
Et est-ce que c'est fatigant monter ici?
Ça prend du souffle, un petit peu de cardio, puis beaucoup de volonté.
One thing certain, it was in operation in the 15th century. Devastated on numerous occasions, it serves as a refuge for the region inhabitants during the Greek-Turkish War of 1897. Although not as large as the Great Meteora, the Rusanu Monastery is nonetheless a perfect place to capture the beauty of the Meteora region. You can even see the Monastery of the Only Trinity and the village of Kalambaka in the distance. After visiting these monasteries, like all tourists visiting Meteora, we stopped for a few minutes at a popular observation point. From here, you'll no doubt be able to take multiple selfies in front of this breathtaking panorama, as we did. Be careful though, as the rock at this vantage is slippery, but it's well worth the effort, as you'll be able to see the region like nowhere else. So we headed back to our hotel, continuing along the road that actually loops through the mountains. We then saw the monastery of St. Nicholas as the far end of the site. And on the way back, we were really surprised to see sheep everywhere on our descent. We finally decided to spend a night in Kalambaka before continuing our journey even further west. Although not a must-see, the small Greek city of Thessaly is pleasant and boasts a superb 11th century Byzantine basilica. Afterwards, we took advantage of the evening to eat at a wonderful local restaurant surrounded by strange locals.
C'est un problème de chat.
Petit problème de chat. Il n'y en a pas mis 5 autour.
Qu'est-ce que tu manges, Vincent?
Comme l'agneau.
L'agneau de Dieu qui enlève le péché du monde?
Voilà. Moi, j'ai vu le puits de Moïse.
Oui.
Puis j'ai également vu le tombeau de Philip II.
And finally, as it is often the case in our adventure, we ended the evening with a bit of sweets. Thanks for watching this new episode of Autour du Monde in Greece. In our next episode, we go west and discover a new country, Albania.